Can we put your hands together, give Nathan a clap, please? Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. How are we all? All good, all good. So, it's great to be here. And today what I'll be doing, demoing for you today is just our take that's on the restaurant menu at the moment, which is a dish take on strawberries and cream, really. So using some fantastic buttermilk that's from a producer out in Warwickshire. They're very, very small. We're just basically going to whip that up to almost like a chantilly, so it's nice and light. Make a strawberry soup and use these Mudwell's strawberries and use them just as is, because they're fantastically in season at the moment, and when they're like this there's nothing better. Would you agree, Peter?
What are Mudwell's doing? What have you got there? Is that strawberries? Strawberries for everyone. So make your way up if you fancy some strawberries. Wonderful sweet strawberries, British strawberries from Hertfordshire, absolutely beautiful.
So just so first part of our demonstration today is we need to get our granola on, and that's just added for the texture of the dish, really. So in the pan I've just heated it up so I can get the most out of the vacuum pack bag is some honey and some butter, and we just melt that down. And then in another vacuum pack, which in Blue Peter fashion I've prepared earlier, is some rolled oats, some nibbed almonds, some pistachios, some demerara sugar, so loads of different crunch.
Hold on, chef, because you're going a bit fast.
Oh, sorry. I thought I was at restaurant pace then. I'm sorry about that.
You're going to be shouting at me in a minute. I'm worried.
So in here we have some rolled oats. I prefer to use rolled oats rather than, say, classic porridge oats. They're bigger, got a bit more texture to them. Some nibbed almonds, some pistachios, and some demerara sugar as well. And just pop that into the pan. And this is one of a really easy, good recipe. You know, it's a £1 wonder or almost. Give that a nice.
Recipe. And this is on the menu at the moment.
It is on the menu at the moment. Yeah.
Fantastic.
I think for us at Simpsons, you know, we're based in Birmingham. We're a little bit, you know, out of this London hub, I suppose, where, you know, inundated with restaurants. We've got to I think dumb down's the wrong word, but we've got to control our menus and be able to serve the clientele that's based there.
You said you love it earlier.
Well, I'm a Brummie, and it's, you know, I'm sorry for all the Londoners here, but it's the best city in the country, in my opinion. You know, people actually say hello to each other on the trains. It's it's mad, you know. And so into the oven it goes. And you pop that in there until it goes golden brown. It takes about 20 to 25 minutes. And the next, we just need to make our strawberry soup. So this is a recipe, I'm going to be completely honest. It derives from a restaurant in New York called 11 Madison Park. And it's basically just strawberries cut down with some sugar, and we just pop that over a bain-marie, and basically the liquid that's in the strawberries will release, and it just sweetens with the
really.
Exactly, and that's where our food style is, Peter, at Simpsons. It's all about the flavour, it's all about the quality of the product. You know, if the quality of the product isn't great, then there's no point in using it. You know,
strawberries, because these strawberries are so fantastic,
you know,
they're almost perfect. Look at that, it's perfect.
They're almost like, I'll try and do it at the restaurant is we do something in the kitchen, and what we say to the boys, we're doing granny food, you know. And when I say granny food, it's not overcooked veg. It's food when you were a kid, and when your gran, who in my opinion, my nan's the best cook in the world. You know, she's better than any 3-star chef that I know. But it's a food that I find to be it's like the warming and amazing, and so we're trying to get back to basics and simplicity and create this granny food environment, and yeah. So with the strawberries, just chop them up nice and roughly. And this is take a little bit of time. Don't need to be the same size, or need to worry about them being a certain weight or anything like that. Just get them chopped up, because this will be the byproduct. We won't be using any of the any of the actual
Tell us a little
fruit.
bit about the restaurant as well, for everybody who have never been there. And
So Simpsons, which isn't part of Simpsons on the Strand at all, which unlike a lot of people, we still get that. Simpsons is owned by a guy called Andreas Antona for 24 years, privately owned. It's been a family restaurant for all that time. We've held a Michelin star for 17 years. We've got 7 out of 10 in the Good Food Guide. 35th best restaurant in the country in that guide, and
that deserves a round of applause in itself, doesn't it?
yeah, we don't do too badly, thank you.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and we do what we do, you know.
Real food.
Yeah, exactly. When I'd like to think when people come to Simpsons, they get fed, you know, and instead of going to a restaurant and having, I don't know, dehydrated, I don't know, something or other that sounds amazing, but all you really want is pie and mash. Well,
yeah.
You know, it's, you know, what's wrong with that? You know, it is real food. You go to a restaurant primarily to eat, you know, and I'd like to think that we feed and we sate all of our guests. So our strawberries are cut, as you can see. Is the
they can see, yeah. Anywhere
yeah,
there,
so the
chef?
strawberries are just roughly chopped.
Yeah, you can see that.
Sprinkle the sugar on, just give them a nice coating, and then the next thing we need to do, we need to create almost like a little bit of a steam, so none of the juice evaporates during the.
Are you granola, chef? All okay? All okay?
Oh, it'd be perfect, chef.
Happy?
I've burnt it many a time.
Oh, yeah, okay, okay.
Yeah, so we just cling film that. Just give it one final shake and just pop it over some simmering water. Yeah, just over some simmering water, and that will sit in there for 1 hour. Obviously, we've only got half an hour today, so in good Blue Peter form, I've already created one, and I'll just show you that. So in our fridge, we have this lovely strawberry stock, and can you see that, Peter? How crystal clear?
Yeah, they can see it on the screen.
You know, you can see a spoon in the.
Yeah, go on,
you can
chef.
see the spoon in the bottom of that, and that is
Drip it off, chef. Drip it off.
that is amazing, and the flavour.
Can I try?
Yeah, of course you can. £2.
£2.
No,
Tell it's a Michelin-starred restaurant, can you?
chef, come on.
Just for a smell.
Yeah, so you can take that lovely sweetness, lovely little bit of acidity as well, and that's all natural, you know. And
I can't
for
do
me,
this.
actually,
I can't do this with everyone. But would you like to try some syrup? No, stay there. I'll feed you. Well, you can feed yourself, but I'll bring it to you.
Nathan, did you squash them now, or did you just let them try?
Here you go, man.
no, literally, just like that, and then once they've steeped for an hour, you pass it over muslin cloth, and then it just collects it in the bowl. Then I don't. Yeah, I think for me, if you start squeezing it, all the pulp will come through, and it'll make the stock cloudy. Essentially, I want it crystal clear, almost like consommé-esque, really. So now the strawberries are done, and then we'll make a few derivatives from this stock later. But I need to move on to the cream element. So in the bowl here, we have some double cream, some vanilla, and some sugar.
Just to go back, chef, with the strawberry, you can vouch for this, can't you? It's really beautiful, isn't it? The flavour, and it's so simple, as you saw what Nathan did.
Yeah, it's one.
Chef, and now you're back on, fire away.
Yeah, so in the bowl we got some double cream, some heavy cream, some sugar, and a little bit of vanilla, and we're just whisking that up. In the restaurant, what we would do, which is on your recipe cards, is we'd actually boil this up and melt the sugar and then pour it over the buttermilk. But obviously, with conditions and where we're at today, we haven't got 6 hours worth of setting time, unfortunately. So we just need to adapt to our surroundings a little bit. So we just want to whisk this to soft peak, which is almost there. And then we just want to fold in this buttermilk. And what I've actually done with this buttermilk is we've actually hung it. So even though it says 200 grams of hung buttermilk, which it is, it's probably taken about, I don't know, 1.5 litres of buttermilk and drained, so you collect all of the whey at the bottom. You can use that as byproducts. You know, we cook onions in those in the restaurant with all of the byproducts from buttermilk. But what is left is this real thick cream. It's full of acidity, full of flavour. It works fantastically well with this sweet product. So it's all about balancing flavours, really.
Would that be like the culture butter cream you buy?
No, all this is the buttermilk you can get from any store. You put it over a bowl, again lined with muslin cloth, empty it out. Yeah, exactly. And then all of the whey will be collected in the butter, and then what you're left with is this real thick buttermilk. So you get rid of all the liquid, and it basically intensifies the flavour, essentially. Oh, and just pop that in there.
So have you got anything else going on for Simpsons? Anything else going on? Anything we need to know about?
I think it's just business as usual, really. We're at the restaurant awards next week at the Hurlingham Club. I've actually got stood up by my head by my executive chef. It's his daughter's birthday and double booked, and he said I've got to go on my own. So I'm having to take my wife, which is lovely. So we have to make sure that, again, we're the best restaurant in Birmingham in that guidebook, again, which I'm sure we will be. And so, yes, so we got that. I've got National Chef of the Year in 2 weeks, which I'll be competing against some of the
Good luck with that. Good luck with that, eh?
Country's best chefs.
National Chef of the Year. Good luck.
So we just got this buttermilk, and we're just going to fold it in like so. How's our granola? Looks done to me.
Chef. Your cloths there, chef.
There we go. And the granola is done. I was close. I told you I burnt it before.
Yeah, I'm impressed. Better not do that when you're doing Chef of the Year, chef.
Just give that a toss, and then just pop that on the side, just to cool.
Smells lovely.
You know, it's simplicity, and that's where that's where we're going with food. That's where we believe food is going in this country. Long gone are the deconstructed tiramisus and all that. I want a real pudding, you know.
Yep.
If it's an apple pie, I want an apple pie. You know, I don't want it 12 different ways that's been singing and dancing. I want, you know, in a pastry, and you know, I want it tasting as it should, really. So, moving back to our juice. So what we do to that, we've obviously from there to there, we chilled it down, and then we make a lovely little fluid gel from that. So we've mixed some agar into there, which you can get from various chef websites. I think souschef.com. I'm going to plug something that I shouldn't really, but souschef.com, or even Amazon, really. You can
get it from that. Many sources.
Yeah, and has anyone used agar? Yeah. So agar is a seaweed product, so it's similar to gelatin. It sets things into jellies, but it's obviously vegetarian friendly. And living with a wife that is vegetarian, I'll get it in the neck when I put, you know, gelatin in panna cottas and whatnot. So, you know, so I've got her to thank for that. So, going on to plating, let's get a real big dollop of this cream. Pop it into the middle, just like so. You just want to hollow out the centre, just to make a little well. Let's move this onto the board, really, shouldn't I, so we can all see.
Okay.
All see where we're going. And then into the well, just put a generous amount of fluid gel onto there. Do you want to taste that, Chef? Yeah. And then with these lovely strawberries from our friends at Mudwalls, we just slice them up. Nicely, and be very generous with the strawberries. Strawberries aren't around for long, and for me, you know, strawberries should be appreciated in these kind of months. Having them in December, you know, why anyone would put that on a menu is beyond me. You know, have them when they're in the prime season, English, and there isn't no better in my opinion.
Chef, after, would you like me to put a little bit of this in?
Yeah, please do. Yeah. Please do. And then we're just going to cover it up with cream. So essentially, we get a little bit of everything when we come to come to taste later, or the customer will come to taste. A couple more slices just to get them covered up, and then a couple more dots of fluid gel, strawberry fluid gel over that.
Do you need more of this, chef?
No, I think I'm fine, thank you.
Would you like me to plate some out the back and give you a taste of this, yeah?
And then we've got some lovely granola that we're going to be, again, generous on with. And then at the moment at the restaurant, we'll finish that with a dollop of raspberry sorbet as well, but obviously we're in testing conditions here, so we can't really do that at the moment. And then we just finish with some lovely sprigs of mint, just to give it a little bit of vibrancy and a little bit of freshness to the dish as well. There we go.
I'm just plating up on there.
Oh, that's okay, chef. I'm in the zone here, so it's fine.
You're in your zone.
Yeah. And then we just got this lovely strawberry soup where we just spoon around the side, like so. There we have it. So this is the dish that I've created for you today, which is Simpsons' take on strawberries and cream. Thank you very much. Sorry?
You could use basil on that as well.
Yeah, exactly. Anyone got any questions about the restaurant or anything like that?
What variety of strawberries are you using?
Red ones. you know.
Keep talking to chef while I plate up.
Yeah. Would you want to bring it out here? And,
Yeah, should we
we'll
do it?
yeah,
Come on
it's fine. We'll work together.
Let's do it.
Yeah, just it's normal run the mill strawberries. For me, you can also use the unripe strawberries are also good. Couple of months. We've got the strawberry chef. A good, say, February to March time, and they're fantastically well with fish. So like mackerel and things like that. So the fatness in the fishes works really well in the acidity of the strawberries.
What's it like working in the new kitchen now compared to the old ones since the revamp?
You know.